best exit in case of an emergency. Now, please enjoy 12 Angry Jurors.
Murder in the first degree. Premeditated homicide is the most serious charge tried in our criminal courts. You have heard a long and complex case, and it is now your duty to sit down to try and separate the facts from the fantasy. One man is dead. The life of another is at stake. If there is a reasonable doubt in your minds as to the guilt of the accused, then you must declare him not guilty. If, however, there is no reasonable doubt, then he must be found guilty. Whichever way you decide, the verdict must be unanimous. I urge you to deliberate honestly and thoughtfully. You are faced with a grave responsibility. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Chewing gum? Gum? Gum?
Thank you, but no.
You know something?
I know lots of things. I'm an appetizer.
You know it's hot.
You know, I never would have known that if she hadn't said it. Would you?
I suppose not. I kind of forgotten.
Oh, I've done all day sweat. Bet you weren't sweating like the kid that was dry.
You'd think they'd at least air condition the place. I almost dropped dead in court.
My taxes are high enough.
We should go fast anyway.
Yes, it's hot.
All right, everyone's here. I'll be right outside if you need anything. Just knock.
You just locked that door?
Yes, he did.
What does she think we are, crooks?
They lock us up for a little while.
They lock that kid up forever. That's fine by me.
I never knew they did that.
Sure they locked the door. What did you think?
I just didn't know. It never occurred to me.
Shall we all admit right now that it's hot and humid and our tempers are short?
It's been a pretty hard week.
I feel just fine.
I wonder how it's been going down at the office.
You know how it is in advertising. 6 days, my job could be gone. And the whole company, too.
They aren't gonna like this.
Figure this is our duty.
I didn't expect to do my duty. I just said I might not have a job by the time I get back.
Hey, why don't you ask her to hire you? Look at her, she's rich. Look at that suit.
It's a custom tailor.
Yes, it is.
I'm not Mr. Taylor.
How does he do?
Not too well. You know, a friend of his. That's a friend of mine, the tailor. Well, this friend wanted to be on this jury in my place.
Why didn't you let him? I would have done anything to miss
Did
this.
he get caught or something? You know what kind of a fine you could pay for anything like that? Anyways, this friend of mine was on a jury once, about 10 years ago. A case just about like this one.
So what happened?
They let him off, reasonable doubt. And do you know, about 8 years later, they found out that he'd actually done it anyways. A guilty man, a murderer, was turned loose in the streets.
Hit him?
Well, they couldn't.
Why not?
You can't hold a man in double jeopardy. Unless it's a hung jury, you can't try a man twice for the same crime.
Well, that isn't going to happen here.
6 days. Should have done it too. Talk, talk, talk. You ever heard so much talk about nothing?
Well, they're entitled.
Everybody gets a fair trial. That's the system. Folks can't say nothing against it.
How'd you like that business about that knife? Did you ever hear a phonier story?
Look, you know what you're dealing with. You gotta expect some stuff like that.
He bought a switch knife that night.
And then he lost.
A hole in his pocket.
Oh, his father.
An awful way to kill your father. A knife in his chest?
Look at the kind of people they are. You know them.
What's the matter? You got a cold?
A Lulu. These hot weather colds can kill you.
I had one once. Well, I was on vacation.
All right, everyone. Let's take seats.
Right, this better be fast. Got tickets to West Side Story for tonight. I must be the only person in the world who hasn't seen it. All right, Your Honor, start the show.
How about sitting down? The judgment on the window? How about sitting down?
Oh, sorry. It's tough to figure, isn't it? I mean, a kid kills his father? That's big. It's the element, I suppose. They let those kids run wild. Maybe it serves them right.
Well, there are better proofs than some emotion you might have. Perhaps a dislike for some group.
We all agreed it was hot.
And that our tempers will get short.
That's if we disagree. But this is open and shut. Let's just get this done.
All right. Now you all can handle this any way you'd like to. I mean, I'm not going to make any rules. If we want to discuss it first and then vote, that's one way. Or we can vote right now and see how we stand.
Well, let's vote now. Who knows, maybe we can all go home.
Yeah. Let's see who stands with. Right. Let's vote now. All right. Let's vote.
Anybody doesn't want to vote?
That was easy.
All right. All those voting guilty, raise your hands. 11. That's 11 for guilty. Okay. Not guilty?
Hey, you're left field.
11 to 1. 11 votes guilty, 1 not guilty. Now we know where we
Do
stand.
you really believe that kid is not guilty?
I don't know.
After 6 days, he doesn't know?
In 6 days, I could learn calculus. This is ABC.
I don't think it's as simple as ABC.
I've never seen a guiltier man in my life.
Well, what does a guilty man look like? I mean, he's not guilty until we say he's guilty, right? So, we vote on his face.
You sat in court. You heard the same things I did. The man is a dangerous killer. You saw it.
What does a killer look like?
Well,
No, I would like to know. Tell me what the facial characteristics of a killer are. Maybe you know something that I don't.
Look, what is it about the case that makes you think the kid is innocent?
19 years old.
that's old enough. He knifed his own father. 4 inches deep in the chest. An innocent little 19-year-old kid.
I agree with you that the kid is guilty, but let's try to avoid emotionally coveted arguments.
All right, they proved it a dozen different ways in court. I can spell them out for you.
No.
Well, do you believe that stupid story you told?
Now.
Do you believe it?
I don't know if I do. Maybe I don't.
So what did you vote not guilty for?
There were 11 votes guilty. It's not so easy for me to raise my hand and send a boy off to die without talking about it.
Who says it's easy for me?
Or me.
No one.
He's still just as guilty whether it's an easy vote or a hard
Do you think
vote.
there's something wrong because I voted fast?
No, not
I
necessarily.
think the guy's guilty. Couldn't change my mind if he talked about it for 100 years.
I don't want to change anyone's mind.
Just what are you getting at?
I just want to talk. Look, the kid has had a hard life. Growing up in the slum, he's been dead since he was 9. I mean, he's got a very good head start. He's a tough and angry kid. And you know why slum kids get that way? Because we knock them on the head once a day, every day. I just need to be open a few words, that's all.
All right. Life's hard. It was hard for me. Everything I've got, I fought for. I mean, I worked my way through college. It was a long time ago, and perhaps you do forget. I fought, but I never killed.
I know what it's like. Never killed nobody.
I've been kicked around too. Wait until you've worked in an ad agency and the big woman that buys the advertising walks in. We all know.
In my country, in Europe, kicking was a science. But let's try to find something better than that.
Listen, mister. I don't mind telling you this. We don't owe that kid a thing. I mean, he got a fair trial, didn't he? You know what that trial cost? He's lucky he got it. Listen. We're all adults here. You're not trying to tell us that we should believe him, knowing what he is. I lived amongst them all my life. You can't believe a word they say. You know that.
I don't know that. What a terrible thing for a man to believe. Since when is dishonesty a good characteristic? You have no monopoly over the truth.
Right. Not Sunday. We don't need a sermon.
What this man says is very dangerous.
I don't see any need for arguing like this. I think we ought to behave like adults.
Right. Well, all right, you insist.
Thank you.
Sure.
If we're going to discuss this case, why, let's discuss the facts.
I think that's a good point. We have a job to do. Let's do it.
If you all do not mind, I'm going to close the window. It was blowing on my neck.
Oh, if you don't mind, I'd like to keep the window open.
But it was blowing on me.
Don't you want a little air? It's summer. It's hot.
I was very uncomfortable.
There are 12 of us in this room. It's the only window. If you don't
I
mind,
have some rights.
so do the rest of us.
Wouldn't you trade chairs with someone at the other end of the table?
All right.
I will open the window if someone would pray.
Take my chair.
Thank you.
Shall we get back to the case?
Yes, thanks.
I may have an idea here, though it seems to me that it's up to convince this gentleman that we're right and he's wrong. Maybe if you'll talk for a minute, try to emphasize.
Sounds fair enough.
Right there.
Just suppose we go once around the table.
Okay, start it off.
All right. We'll start with you. Oh. Well, I just think he's guilty. I thought it was obvious.
In what way was it obvious?
I mean that nobody proved otherwise.
Well, nobody has to prove otherwise, right? He's innocent until proven guilty. The burden of proof is on the prosecution. The defendant doesn't even have to open his mouth. That's the Constitution, the Fifth Amendment. You've heard of it?
Everyone has.
I've heard. I mean, what? I just think he's guilty.
No reasons, just guilty? I mean, it's a man's life. at
Okay,
stake.
let's just get to the facts. Number one, let's take the story of the old man who lived in the second floor apartment right underneath where the murder took place. At approximately 10 minutes after 12, on the night of the killing, he said he heard a noise from the upstairs apartment. He said it sounded like a point. He heard the boy yell to his father, "I'm going to kill you." Secondly, he heard the body fall. He ran to the door of his apartment, looked out, and saw the boy running down the stairs and out of the house. Second later, the man called the police. The police found the father with a knife in his chest.
And the coroner fixed the time of death at around midnight.
Right, now, what else do you want?
Something doesn't seem to fit.
The boy's entire story is flimsy. I mean, he claims he went to the movies. It's a little ridiculous, isn't it? He couldn't even tell us what picture he saw.
Right, hear that?
Absolutely. Didn't even have a ticket stub.
Yeah, but who keeps tickets out with movies?
It's true enough.
I suppose, but the cashier didn't recognize
And
it.
the ticket taker didn't either. Look, what about that testimony from the woman across the street? I mean, if that doesn't prove it, nothing does.
That's right. She saw the kill, didn't
Let's go in order.
Now, wait just a minute. Here's a woman who's lying in bed and can't sleep. It's hot, you know. Anyways, she wakes up and she looks out her window, and through it, she sees the boy stick the knife into his father.
How can she be really sure that it was the boy when she saw it through the windows of a passing elevated train?
She's known the boy all his life. His window is right opposite hers, and she swore she saw him do it.
I heard her swear to it.
Okay? And they proved in court that you can look through the windows of a passing elevator at night and still see what's happening on the other side.
Weren't you just saying a minute ago that you can't trust them? You can't believe them? So, she's one of them too, isn't she? Why do you believe her?
You look pretty smart.
Take it easy.
Come on now. What do you like him to get you all upset for? Relax.
They did take us out to the women's apartment, and we looked through the windows of the moving out train, didn't we?
We did.
And weren't we able to see what happened on the other side?
I couldn't see as well as they told me I would see. But yes, I could.
You see? Do you see?
Calm down now. It's your turn.
I'll pass it.
What's your privilege? How about you?
I don't know.
Well, I think I started to be convinced, the testimony from those people across the hall. Didn't they say something about an argument between the father and the boy around 7 o'clock that night? I mean, I can be wrong.
I was thinking it was 8 o'clock, not 7.
That's where it was in.
They heard the father hit the boy twice, and they saw the boy walk angrily out of the house.
Right.
Okay. What does that prove?
Well, it doesn't exactly prove anything. It's just part of the picture. I didn't say it proved anything. Anything else?
No. I don't know. Most of it's been said already. We could talk all day about this thing, but I think we're wasting our time.
I don't.
Neither do I. Go on.
Look at the kid's record. He was arrested for mugging. He stole a car. I think they said he stabbed somebody in the arm.
They did.
He was picked up for knife fighting. At 15, he was in reform school.
And they sent him to reform school for stabbing
This
somebody.
is a very fine boy.
Ever since he was 5 years old, his father beat him up every day. He used his fists.
So would I. On a kid like
You're
that?
right. You know, it's the kids. The way they are.
You know, I got a kid. You know, when he was 8 years old, he ran away from a fight.
I was so ashamed. I told him outright that day, I'm going to make a man out of you, or I'm going to break you into little pieces trying. He's 15 years old, punched me right in the face. He's big.
You know that? I haven't seen him in, what, 3 years?
Rotten kid.
I hate tough kids, you know that?
Work your heart out. And they start...
Right. Let's get on with this.
We're missing the point here. This kid, let's say he's the product of a filthy neighborhood, a broken home. We can't help that. We're not here to go into the reasons why slums are breeding grounds for criminals. They are. I know it's so do you. I mean, the children coming out of slum backgrounds are potential menaces to society.
You said it there. I don't want any part of it. Believe you me.
I've lived in a slum all my life.
Oh, wait just a minute.
No, I used to play in a backyard that was filled with garbage. Maybe it still smells on me.
No, let's be reasonable. There's nothing personal.
No, there is something
Come
personal.
on now. He didn't mean you, fella. Well, let's not be so sensitive.
Well, who did he mean?
I can understand this.
Let's stop with the bickering.
We're wasting time.
It's your turn.
Okay. I had a peculiar feeling about this trial. Somehow I felt the defense never really conducted a thorough cross-examination. So many questions weren't asked.
Well, it doesn't change my opinion about the guilt of the boy. I do agree with you. The defense counsel was bad.
So,
This is the point.
what about facts?
So many questions weren't answered.
And what about the questions that were answered? For instance, let's start with that cute little switch knife. You know, that one that fine upright boy admitted buying?
All right, let's talk about it. Let's get it in here, have another look at it. Miss Foreman?
We'll see why we'd have to see it again, if it over and over again in court. What do you think?
The gentleman has a right to see exhibits and evidence.
I'm agree.
This knife is a pretty strong piece of evidence, don't you agree?
I do.
Let's get the sequence of events right as they relate to the switch knife.
The boy has been going out of his house at around 8 o'clock after being slapped by his father.
A bunch.
Or punched. The boy went down to the neighborhood store and bought the switch knife. The shopkeeper was arrested the following day when he admitted to selling it to the boy.
Pretty unusual knife. Pretty hard to forget something like that.
The shopkeeper identified the knife, and he said it was the only one of its kind he had in stock. Why did the boy get it?
As a present for a friend of his, he says.
Right, Zipor?
Right.
She's right. Now listen to this woman. She knows what she's talking about.
Next, the boy claims that on his way home, the knife fell through a hole in his coat pocket, and then he never saw it again. Now there's the story, ladies and gentlemen. You know what actually happened. The boy took the knife home. A few hours later, he stabbed his father with it, and he even remembered to wipe off the fingerprints. Everyone connected with the case identified this knife. Now, are you trying to tell me that somebody else picked this knife up from off the street, went to the boy's house, stabbed his father with it just to be amusing?
No. I'm saying that it's possible that the boy lost the knife, and that someone else stabbed his father with a similar knife. It's possible.
Take a look at this knife. It's a very strange knife. I've never seen one like it in my life. Neither has the shopkeeper who sold it to him. I mean, aren't you trying to make us accept a pretty incredible coincidence?
No, I'm just saying it's possible.
And I'm saying it's not possible. What are you trying to do?
Ew, what is this? What do you think
You
you
love to
are?
bring that in here. Let's be quiet.
Where did you get it?
I got it at a little junk shop around the corner from the boy's house. It cost me $2.
Listen to me.
I'm listening.
You still, listen, you pull a real smart trick there. You still prove absolutely zero. So what? There are 10 times like it. Who cares?
Maybe there
The
are.
boy lied and you know it.
And maybe he didn't lie. Maybe he did go to the movies. Maybe the reason the cashier didn't see him was because he sneaked into the movies and was ashamed to say so. I mean, come on. Can any of you honestly say that you never sneaked into the movies when you were younger?
I
Really? Starting one.
He didn't have movies.
Look, maybe he didn't lie, but maybe he did. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think he lied?
Well, that's a stupid question. Sure, he lied. What about you?
You don't have to ask me that. You know my answer. He lied.
Right? What do you think?
I don't
No,
know.
wait a second, what are you, the kid's lawyer? Listen, there are still 11 of us who think he's guilty. You're alone. If you want to be stubborn and hang this jury, he'll be tried again and found guilty as sure as he's born.
Probably right.
So what are you going to do about it? We could be here all night.
It's only one night. A man may die.
Come on.
Yes, this is
I
true.
think we ought to get on with it now.
Right, let's get going.
How do you like this guy?
Well, what do you have to say? You're the one holding up the show.
Obviously, you don't think the boy is guilty.
I have a doubt in my mind.
But you haven't presented anything to us that helps us understand your doubt. I mean, there's the old man downstairs. He heard it. He heard the boy shriek it out.
The woman across the L tracks, she saw
We
it.
know he bought a switch knife that night, but we don't know where he really was. At the movies?
Earlier that night, his father did have a fight.
He's been a violent kid all the way. While that doesn't prove anything.
But still, you know.
I have a proposition. I would like to call for a vote. I want you 11 to vote by secret ballot. I will abstain. If we still have 11 votes for guilty, then I won't stand alone. We can take in a guilty verdict right now.
Okay, let's do it. That sounds fair. Is everyone agreed?
Certainly am.
Roll it.
This is this. Guilty. 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 Guilty.
That's 6.
Please. 6 guilty. 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 Not guilty. Guilty.
Well, how do you like that?
Who was it? I think we have a right to know.
All right? Who was it? Who is the idiot that changed their votes?
Is that the way to talk about a man's life?
Whose life are you talking about? The life of the dead man or the life of the
I
murderer?
want to know who.
So do I.
Excuse me. This was a secret
Well,
ballot.
no one looked while we did it, but now I want to
A
know.
secret ballot. We agreed on that point. No? If the gentleman wants it to remain a
What are you talking about? There are no secrets in here. I already know who it was. What is the matter with you? You come in here, you vote guilty, and all of a sudden, this slick preacher tears your heart out about some poor little kid who couldn't just help becoming a murderer. So you change your vote. And that isn't the most cynical.
Hold
I
it.
agree with you that the kid is guilty. But let's be fair.
Hold it. Be fair, that's just what I'm saying. We are trying to put a guilty man in the chair where he belongs, and all of a sudden, we are paying attention to fairy tales.
Just a minute.
Now, you listen to me.
Let's try to keep this organized, everyone.
Well, it's not organized. Let's be civilized.
Please, I would like to say something here. I have always
you disagree with us?
Usually, I would. In this one case, I do agree with you. But the point I wish to make is that in my own country, I'm ashamed to say
Oh,
it, but
now, what do we have to listen to? The entire history of your country?
It's always wise to bear in mind what's happened in other countries when people aren't allowed to disagree. But we are, so let's stick to the subject.
Yes, let's stick to the subject. I want to know what made you change your vote.
I want to know too. You haven't told us yet.
What makes you think I did change my
Because
vote?
I do. Now get on with it.
There's nothing for him to tell you. He didn't change his vote. I did.
I was gonna tell you, but you're so sure. of
All
yourself.
right. Okay, now,
Maybe you'd like to know why.
Let me tell you why
The
that kid.
lady wants to talk.
Thank you. This man chose not to stand alone against us. That's his right. It takes a great deal of courage to stand alone, even if you believe in something very strongly. He left the verdict up to us. He gambled for support, and I gave it to him. I would like to hear more. The vote is 10 to 2.
That's fine. If the speech is over, let's get on.
If there was anything in the kid's favor, I'd vote not guilty.
I don't see what it is.
Neither do I. They're grasping at straws.
As guilty as they get. That's the kid, I guess.
It's just that one juror who's holding out. But he'll come around. He's got to, and fundamentally, he's a very reasonable man.
I guess so.
They haven't come up with one real fact yet to back up a not guilty verdict.
It's hard, you know?
Yes, it is. And what does guilty beyond a reasonable doubt really mean?
What is a reasonable doubt?
Exactly. I mean, what a life at stake, what is a reasonable doubt? Gotta have law and order. Gotta draw the line somewhere, or else we'd all start blaming each other.
No doubt there.
Two of them think so. I wonder why. I really wonder why.
You do hear stories of people who have gone to jail or death sometimes. And then years later, things come up.
And then on the other hand, some killers get turned loose. And they go and do it again. Slip out on some technicality and they kill again.
hey, just now things kind of cool off a little bit. Things got a little bit heated back there. Didn't mean to get nasty. It's nothing personal.
Okay.
Listen, supposing the kid didn't kill his father, who did?
As far as I know, we're supposed to figure out if the kid on trial is guilty. We're not concerned with anyone else's motives here.
I suppose, but who else had motive?
He was father for long years, maybe no grudge.
Remember, it is guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. This is very important.
Everybody's a lawyer. Suppose you tell us what your reasonable doubts are.
This is not easy. So far, it's only a feeling I have. A feeling. Perhaps you don't understand?
No, I don't.
A feeling. I mean, what are we gonna do? Spend the whole night talking about your feelings? What about the facts?
You said a mouthful. Look. The man downstairs said he heard the boy say, "I'm going to kill you." A second later, he heard the body fall, looked out, and saw the boy running down the stairs 15 seconds after that.
Where's the reasonable doubt in that?
And don't forget the woman across the street. She looked into her open window and saw the boy stab his father. She saw it.
Now, if that's not enough for you,
Not enough for me.
What is enough for you? I'd like to
How
know.
do you like him? It's like talking into a dead phone.
The woman saw the killing through the windows of a moving elevated train. The train had 5 cars, and she saw the killing through the last 2 cars. She remembers the most insignificant details.
what have you got to say about that?
Doesn't seem to fit.
Suppose you think about it. Here, a piece of paper. Play some tic-tac-toe, we must have passed the time.
This isn't a game.
Wait, now wait just a minute.
This is a man's life.
Who do you think you are?
Hold on!
The right mind to walk around this table and
Please, I don't want any fights in here.
you see him. The nerve. The absolute nerve.
All right, forget about it. It doesn't mean anything.
Yes, how about sitting down?
This isn't a game. Who does he think he is?
weren't we talking about elevated trains?
We were.
So,
Okay. How long would you say it takes an elevated train moving at top speed past a given point?
well, what does that have to do with anything?
How long do you think? Take a guess.
I haven't the slightest idea, neither do I.
I don't think they mentioned it.
What do you think?
10 or 12 seconds, maybe?
That's it. Fair guess. Anyone else?
I would see about 10 seconds perhaps, about 10 seconds, yes.
All right, 10 seconds, we're agreed. What are you getting at?
This. So, an elevated train takes 10 seconds to pass a given point. That given point being the window of the room in which the murder took place. And you can almost reach out of that window and touch the L tracks, can't you?
That's right, I tried it.
So,
Well, has anyone here ever lived right next to the L tracks?
I've been close to them.
They make a lot of noise, don't they? When your window is open and the train goes by, the noise is almost unbearable. You can't hear yourself think.
All right, you can't hear yourself think. Get to the point.
The old man downstairs said he heard the boy say,
He didn't say it, he screamed it.
And he heard the boy scream, "I'm going to kill you." And then he said he heard the boy, he said he heard the body hit the floor 1 second later. 1 second, right? That's the testimony?
Right.
Okay. And the woman across the street said she looked through the last two cars of the L train and saw the murder, right?
right.
The last two?
Oh,
Last two.
what are you giving us here?
An L train takes 10 seconds to pass a given point, or 2 seconds per car. That means that the train had been going past the old man's window for 6 seconds, or maybe more, before the body hit the floor. He would have had to hear the boy say, "I'm going to kill you," while the front of the L was roaring past his nose. It's not possible that he could have heard that.
What do you mean? Sure, he could have heard
With
it.
the L train going by?
So the boy yelled it out.
An L train makes a lot of noise.
Enough for me.
It's enough for me too.
I don't think he could have heard it.
Maybe the old man didn't hear it with the elements?
What are you people talking about? You're calling the old man a liar?
Something doesn't fit.
Well, it stands to
Listen,
reason.
you're crazy. Why would the old man lie? What has he got to gain?
Attention. Me.
You keep coming up with these bright sayings. Why don't you send one in the newspaper? What it pays $2?
What does that have to do with the man's life? Why might the old man have lied? You have the right to be heard.
It's just that I was looking at him for a very long time. The seam of his jacket was split under his arm. Did you notice that? He was a very old man with a torn jacket, and he carried 2 canes. I think I know him better than anyone else here. This is a quiet, frightened, insignificant man who has been nothing all his life, who has never had recognition, his name in the newspapers. This is a very sad thing. A man like this needs to be recognized, to be questioned, and quoted, and listened to, just once. This is very important.
And you're trying to tell us that he lied about a thing like that, just so he could be important.
No, he wouldn't really lie, but perhaps he'd make himself believe that he heard those words and recognized the boy's face.
Well, that is the most fantastic story I've ever heard. How could you make up a thing like that?
I'm not making it up.
I'm sure you must be making it up. People don't lie about things like that.
He made himself believe he told the truth.
And what do you know about it?
I speak from experience.
What?
I am that same person.
I think we all understand now. Thank you.
Well, no, but you're a liar. It's fine with me.
That is too much.
Oh, she just told us she was a liar.
She did not say she was a liar. She was explaining.
Did you just tell us that you're a liar?
She was explaining the circumstances so that we can understand why the old man might have lied. There's a difference.
A liar is a liar. That's all there is
How
to
can
it.
we catch him?
Attention, please. We have our job and our duty here.
I think we've covered it.
We have.
All right. Is there anything else? Cough drop? No, thank you.
disagree.
Let's hear him through anyways.
Alright. But let's just say the old man really did hear the voice say, I'm going to kill you. This phrase, how many times has each of us used it? Probably hundreds, no? Like, well, if you do that once more, Junior, I'm going to murder you. Or, go on, Rocky, kill him. Like, we say it every day, but that doesn't mean that we're actually going to kill someone.
Well, don't the circumstances alter that somewhat?
The old man was murdered. One thing more, the phrase was, I'm going to kill you, and the kid screamed it at the top of his lungs.
That's the way I understand it.
Okay, do we think the kid really would scream it at the top of his lungs for the whole neighborhood to hear? I mean, I don't think so. He's much too bright for that.
Right! He's a common ignorant slob. He don't even speak good English.
He doesn't speak good English.
The boy is clever enough.
I'd like to change my vote to not guilty.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
It was 9 to 3 in favor of guilty.
But I'd like to know why you changed your vote.
I think that there's a doubt.
Where is the doubt?
Well, there's a 9.
Oh, fine.
He talked him to believing a fairy tale.
What's the reasons?
Well, the old man, too. I mean, maybe he didn't lie, but and just maybe he did. Maybe the old man doesn't like the
Well,
kid.
if that isn't the end.
I believe that there's a reasonable doubt.
What are you basing it on? Stories that this guy made up. He ought to write for Amazing Detective Monthly. He'd make a fortune. Listen, the kid had a lawyer, didn't he? Why didn't his lawyer bring up all of these points?
Lawyers can't think of everything.
Brother, you pull stories out of thin air. And now you're supposed to expect us not to believe that the old man heard it? Watch the kid, ran to the door, watch the kid run downstairs 15 seconds after the killing.
That is the testimony.
And the old man, he swore to this. Yes, he swore just so he could be important.
Well, did the old man say he ran to the door?
Ran, walked, what's the difference? He got there.
I don't remember what he said, but I don't see how he could run.
Went. I remember it now. He said he went from the bedroom to the front door. That's enough, isn't it?
Where was the bedroom again?
Down the hall somewhere.
Down the hall somewhere. Are we to send a boy off to die because it's down the hall somewhere?
Oh, I thought you remembered everything. Don't you remember that?
No, I don't.
I don't remember either.
Miss Foreman, I would like to have another look at the diagram of the apartment.
And why don't we have them run the trial over again just so we can get everything straight?
Well, the bedroom is down the hall somewhere. Do you know where it is? Please, a boy's life is at stake. Do you know? Miss Foreman.
I heard you.
Well, what's this one for? How come you're the only one in here who wants to see evidence all the time?
I'd like to see this one too.
So do I.
I want to stop wasting time.
Are we going to start wading into all that nonsense again about where the body was found?
No. We're going to figure out how a man who's had 2 strokes in the past 3 years and who walks with a pair of canes can get to his front door in 15
He
seconds.
said 20 seconds.
He said 15.
What difference does 15 seconds make? We can't judge that sort of thing.
He said 15. He was very positive about it.
He is an old man. Half the time he was confused. How could he be positive about anything? Well, you know.
No, I don't know. Maybe you know.
Is this what you want? That's right, thank you. Yep, just doing my job.
You want this?
Thank you.
Do me a favor and wake me up when this is over.
Look at that thing for 2 hours, boy. Enough is enough.
Some of us are interested. Go ahead.
Okay. This is the diagram of the apartment. Now, the old man's apartment is directly beneath it and exactly the same. So, let's see. Here's the L tracks and the bedroom. I guess this is the living room and the kitchen and the bathroom. Here's the hallway. Here's the front door. Here's the steps. So the old man was asleep in this room, and he says he got up out of bed, went to his door, went down the hall, and opened his front door just in time for the boy racing down the steps. Right?
That's the story.
That's what happened.
15 seconds after the body fell. Okay. So it's 12 feet from the window to his bedroom door, and his bed is right by the window. And the length of the hall is 43 feet. He would have to get up out of bed, get his canes, walk 12 feet to his door, walk 43 feet, and open his front door all under 15 seconds. Do we think this is possible?
You know that it's possible.
I don't see why not.
Would have been in a hurry. He didn't hear the scream.
You can only walk very slowly. They had to help him into the bench.
Make it sound like a long walk. It's not.
For an old man who uses cane, it's a long walk.
What are you doing now?
I'm going to try this thing. Let's see how long it took him. Here, I'm going to pace off 12 feet, length of the bedroom.
You're crazy. You can't recreate that sort of thing.
Perhaps if you skip, this is an important point.
It's a ridiculous waste of time.
Let him do it.
I see any harm in it? Foolish. Well, go ahead.
Someone give me a chair. Okay. This is the door of the bedroom. Now, how far would you say it is from here to the water cooler?
I'd say it was about 20 feet, just about.
40 feet is close enough. That means there and back is 40 feet, yeah?
Well, let's see, maybe.
Yeah. Which is shorter than the length of the hall that the old man had to move through.
Look, this is absolutely insane. What makes you think you can do
We
this?
can't stop him.
Do you mind if I try? According to you, it should only take 15 seconds. Surely we can spare that. Who's going to watch the second hand?
I have.
When you want me to start, just stand your foot. That'll be the body hitting the floor.
We'll have him there.
And let's say he keeps his canes by his bedside, yeah?
Right.
Okay. I'm ready.
I want the hand to get the 60.
Speed it up. You move twice as fast as that.
Even more creepy since the old man walked in the portrait.
No, it isn't.
If you want me to go faster, I will.
Speed it up a little.
Stop.
Right?
Time?
15, 20, 30, 35, 39 seconds.
Can't be.
Hey, no. And yet the old couple swore on his oath that it was 15.
He may have been a little bit off of the speed as many people do that. But it's 20 seconds off.
Well, we could call him a liar, and you've been counting for quite a difference in speed between the old man and you. Why, there's still quite
Quite
a...
a discrepancy.
My guess, the old man was trying to get to the front door, heard someone racing down the stairs, and assumed it was the boy.
I think that's possible.
Soon. Now listen to me, you people. Put all kinds of dishonesty in my day on this little display. On this takes the cake.
What dishonesty?
Tell him. You come in here. You're a hunter. Bleeding all over the floor about some slum case, some injustice. You got a bunch of soft-hearted old ladies listening to you. Well, I'm not, right? I'm real sick of you. Well, what's the matter with you people? This kid is guilty. He's got 2 birds, and we are letting him slip through our fingers.
Our fingers. Are you his executioner?
I am one of them.
Perhaps you would like to pull the
So they
switch.
should have better like to pull the switch.
I feel sorry for
Don't start.
what it must feel like to want to pull the switch.
Shut up.
You're a sadist.
Shut up.
You want to see this boy die because you personally want it, not because of the facts. You are a beast. You disgusting.
Shut up! Let go of him! I'll kill him! I'll kill him!
You don't really
What are you all staring at?
See why we have to behave like children here.
Nor do I. We have a responsibility here. This is a remarkable thing about democracy. That we are, notified. That we are notified by mail to come down to this place and decide on the guilt or innocence of a man we have not known before. We have nothing to gain or lose from our verdict. This is one of the reasons why we are strong. We should not make it a personal thing.
Thank you.
Why do you thank you?
We forget. It is good to be reminded.
I'm glad we're all going to be civilized about this.
Well, still nowhere.
No, we're somewhere. Getting there, maybe.
Maybe.
Anyone got an idea?
I think maybe we should try another vote. Ms. Foreman?
It's all right with me. Anybody doesn't want to vote?
Let's vote.
One open ballot. Want to see who stands where.
Sounds fair. Anyone object? All right. I'll call off your jury numbers. I vote guilty. Number 2, not guilty. 3,
Guilty.
4,
Guilty.
5,
Not guilty.
6,
Not guilty.
7,
Guilty.
8,
Not guilty.
9,
Not guilty.
10,
Guilty.
11,
Not guilty.
12,
Guilty.
It's 6 to 6.
I'll tell you something. The crime is being committed in this very
The
room.
vote is 6 to 6.
I'm ready to go into the court right now and just hand him a hung jury. There's no point in this going on anymore.
I'd like to know why you changed your vote. And why you changed your vote. And why you did. There are 6 people here who think we're turning a murderer loose in the streets. Emotion won't do. Why?
It would seem that the old man did not see the boy running downstairs. And I do not think it likely that the old man could have heard the boy scream, "I'm going to kill you." Old men dream, and even if he did scream that he was going to kill, well then, with the authority of this man to prove that it might not really mean he's going to kill.
Let's just take it into the judge and let the kid take his chances with 12 other people.
6 to 6. I don't think we'll ever agree on anything.
Got to be unanimous. We're never going to convince him.
At first I was alone, but now 5 others agree there is a doubt.
You can't convince me that there is a doubt because I already know that there isn't no doubt.
Well, maybe we are on jury. You know, yeah.
We are not going to be a hung jury.
But we are. Right now, a perfect balance. Let's take it into the judge.
If there is a reasonable doubt, I don't see it.
The doubt is there in my mind.
Maybe we should vote.
Not again.
I still want to know. And vote on what?
Are we or aren't we a hung jury?
I mean, we vote yes, we are a hung jury, or no, we're not a hung jury.
That's just what I was thinking of.
We can't even agree on whether or not the window should be open.
Let's make it a majority vote. The majority wins.
So if 7 or more of us vote yes, we are a hung jury, then we take it into the judge and we tell them we're a hung jury.
Right. And if 7 or more of us vote no, then we are a hung jury, and we go on discussing it.
Doesn't seem quite right to me.
It's the only way.
I agree.
Already agree then? 7 or more votes yes, and we take it to the judge. I vote yes, we're a hung jury. 2? No. 3?
Yes.
4?
Yes.
5?
No.
6?
No.
7?
Yes.
8?
No.
9?
No.
10?
Yes.
11?
No.
12?
Yes.
Oh no.
6 to 6.
We can't raise a majority to decide decide on whether or not we're a hung jury.
I voted with the majority on this question, and I didn't agree with voting that way, not really. And I still don't. So I'm changing my vote. I vote no, we are not a hung jury. I believe this boy is guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, and there are still things I'd like to know from those who've changed their minds.
But we aren't a hung jury, so we go on.
Good, you go on.
Why did you change your mind?
Well, he seems so sure of himself. And he has made a number of good points, while all he does is get angry and insult people.
Well, does the anger and the insult change the guilt of the boy? He did do it. Are you going to turn a murderer loose because this juror gets upset when he thinks a murderer is being turned loose?
That's true.
There is a doubt.
I don't think so. The track is straight in front of the window. Let's take that one. So the train would have made a low rumbling sound. L trains only screech when they go around curves. So the old man could have heard a scream, which is high-pitched. And it's a tenement, so they have thin walls. And what if the old man was wrong about the time it took him to get from the bedroom to the front door, but he was right about whom he saw? Please remember that there were no fingerprints on the knife. And it's summertime, so gloves seem unlikely.
I want you to listen to this woman. She's got the goods.
And if what if the murderer took a few seconds to take out a handkerchief to wipe the fingerprints away?
This is the point.
Why don't we just time this just to see?
What are we having?
Yes, let's be exact.
I'm saying the old man may have been wrong about the time it took him to get to the front door, but that he was right about whom he saw coming down the stairs. It may have taken the murderer about 39 seconds to get down the stairs to the place where the old man saw him, the boy that is.
We reconstructed the old man getting out of bed and going to the door, and we timed that. Now let's reconstruct the actual crime.
As well as we can reconstruct.
I think a murderer could use up 30 or 40 seconds pretty easily at that point.
Let's reconstruct the killer.
Yes, let's.
Here. You do the stabbing.
No, I'll do it.
Here. One, you be the one that gets stabbed, younger than I am. Don't forget, it takes 1 second to fall.
So you start on his side, his right side. So fall and roll onto your right side. And if someone hates another person enough to kill them, don't you think it's reasonable to suppose that he would have looked at his victim for a second or two?
Divorce yourself in this particular case. Just human nature.
That does seem reasonable.
Hey, wait a minute. He falls, lands on his right side, probably, but stabbing someone isn't like shooting him, even if it's right in the heart. I mean, he would have been lying on the floor for maybe a few seconds, right? Maybe.
I think that's quite possible. He would have had enough oxygen in his system to carry him for 2 or 3 seconds, I should think.
Wouldn't the father have cried out?
Maybe the kid had held his mouth.
That also seems possible.
And here's another point we might bring out. Anyone who's clear enough mentally to wipe the fingerprints away, well, that person is also clear enough mentally to look around the apartment, or the room in that case, to see if there are any other clues. It would just be for a second or two, I should think, but still, he would look.
This just gets better and better.
We're trying to make it clear. One doesn't talk about quality when murder is involved. Well, let's do it.
How this on the fingerprints? Kid wiped the fingerprints off the knife. Well, what about the doorknobs? If I saw a man coming into my home, a man that hated me, and if this man was wiping the doorknobs with a handkerchief as he came in, it would give me an uneasy feeling. So the doorknobs must have been wiped off after the killing, and this too will take some time.
You timed the last one. Why don't you time this one too?
All right.
Stand for quote when you'd like me to start.
I want to hand it in 60.
I'm gonna kill you. Watching him struggle around the apartment. Fingerprints. He would have wiped both knobs.
Stop! 20, 25, 29 and a half seconds.
And whoever did murder the old man, and I think it was the boy, he still had to get down the hall and down the stairs. At least one flight of stairs.
You see?
The old man may have been wrong about the timing. But in view of this, I think it's quite reasonable to assume that he did see the kid coming down the stairs.
So that both crime sequences check out. But when you did and when we did, well, running down the stairs and all, it does seem to pretty much check out on time.
Sure, he's an old man who wants attention. She's probably right, but the old man feels the same way we all do. There's life at stake.
So the story of the old man may well be true.
Except for the fact that he absolutely swore it was 15 seconds.
We all seem to agree that it must have been at least 25 to 40 seconds later.
You are now admitting that the old man lied in one instance and told the truth in the other. I admit, this does seem to confirm the story of the old man. But, in part, he is now a proven liar, and this by your own admission.
Although it may be true that the old man lies in part, I think it will change my vote once more. Guilty.
Wait, what about you? What do you think?
I'm not too sure what I think. I want to talk some more. At first I thought guilty, and then I changed. Now I'm sort of swinging back to guilty.
What about you?
No, I can real thoughts now. Real
I say guilty. I was right the first time.
Now we are starting to make sense in here.
Vote 9 guilty to 3 not guilty.
One more thing about the old man downstairs. How many of you live in apartment buildings?
I do not know what but I know that.
What's that?
I do not live in a tenement, but it is close. And there is just enough lighting to hold to the steps, and no more. The light bulbs are so small. And this were to place in a tenement. Remember how he stumbled on the steps?
The police officers were using big bulbs, and one even had a flashlight, remember?
An old man who misjudged the time by 20 seconds on this week, all agreed. This man looks down the dark hallway of a tenement and recognizes a running figure.
Right, he was 100% wrong about the time. It took twice as long as he thought it did,
Then
so...
could the old man not also be 100% wrong about who he saw?
That is the most idiotic thing I've ever heard. Making that up out of thin air.
We're hungry, let's admit it.
Do you truly feel that there is no room for reasonable doubt?
Yes, I do.
Then I beg your pardon. But maybe you don't understand the term reasonable
What do you
doubt.
mean I don't understand it? Who do you think you are to talk to me like that? How do you like her? She comes over here running for her life. Before she can even take a big breath, she's telling us how to run the show. The arrogance.
No one's asking where anyone came
I
from,
was born right here.
or where your father came from.
Maybe it wouldn't hurt us to take a few tips from people who come running here. Maybe they know something that we don't know. We're not so perfect.
Please, I am used to this. It's all right. Thank you.
It's not all right.
Okay. I apologize. Is that what you want?
That's what I want.
All right, let's stop the argument. Who's got something constructive to say? Well, something's been bothering me a little bit. This whole business with the knife, the downward angle of it.
Don't tell me we're going to go over that again. They went over it and over it again in court.
I know they did, but I don't go along with it. The boy is 5'8" tall, and his father is 6'2" tall. That's a difference of 6 inches. It's a very awkward thing to stab down into the chest of someone who's half a foot taller than you are.
Look, you're not going to be happy until you see it again. I'm going to give you a demonstration. Somebody get up. Okay? I want you to watch this. Don't want to have to do it again. This 6 inches?
That's more than 6 inches.
Okay, let it be more.
Look out! That's not funny.
What is the matter with you?
Oh, just calm down. Nobody was hurt. Now were they?
Nobody was hurt.
All right? Well, there you have it. There's your angle. Down and in. That's how I'd stab a taller man, and that is how it was done. Now you take a look at it and you tell me I'm wrong.
Down and in. I guess there's no argument.
Well, have you ever stabbed a man?
Of course not.
Okay. What about you?
Okay, let's not be silly now.
Did you?
No, I didn't.
Then where did you get all your information on how it's done?
What do you mean? It's just common sense.
Have you ever seen a man stabbed?
No.
Okay. The boy was an experienced knife fighter. He even went to the reform school for knifing someone. Isn't that so?
Right.
Okay. Look at this. Doesn't this seem like an awkward way to handle a knife?
What are you asking me for?
Wait a minute. What's the matter with me? Give me that knife.
Have you ever seen a knife fight?
Yes, I have. In my backyard. In the vacant lot across the street. Too many of them. Switch knives came with the neighborhood where I live. It's funny I didn't think of it until now. I guess you try and forget those things. Anyone who's ever used a switch knife would have never stabbed down. That's not how you use a switch knife. Use an underhand.
Then he couldn't have made the kind of wound that killed his father.
I guess it's conceivable that he could have made the wound, but it's not likely, not if he's ever used a switch knife before. And we know the kid has had a lot of experience with switch knives.
I don't believe it. Neither do I. You're giving us a load of mumbo jumbo.
What do you think?
Well, I don't know.
How about you?
Listen, I'm getting a little sick of this whole thing already. We're getting nowhere fast. Let's just break it up and go home.
Before we make any more decisions, I would like to try and pull this together.
No, this should be good.
Do you want me to talk this one too? Let's hear him.
I've been advertising. I've used the big shots pulling things together at the last minute. Chip up a few shots and see if any of them land.
I want all of you to look at this logically and consistently.
We have guilty.
I want to know, is the kid smart or is he dumb?
What do you mean?
This is a kid who has gone to the reform school for knifing someone. On the day of the murder, he bought a knife, a switch knife. It would then take a very dumb man to go and murder someone, his own father, with an instrument that everyone would associate with the kid.
Yes, I agree. He's quite dumb.
However, if he were dumb, why would he make the kind of wound that only an amateur would make with a knife?
I'm not sure I understand.
Well, to murder someone must take great emotion, a great hatred. So, in the moment, a man would handle the knife as best he could, right? So, a trained knife fighter would handle the knife as he had been trained to do, underhand. An inexperienced man would go overhand. But the kid is being very smart because everyone knows he's an experienced knife fighter. So in the moment, he is smart enough to make the kind of wound that only an amateur would make, right? That man is a smart man. Smart enough to wipe the fingerprints away. Perhaps he was smart enough to wait for an L train to be going by to cover up the noise. So I want to know, is he smart or is he dumb?
Hey, now wait just a minute.
Well, the woman across the L track saw the murder through the windows of the L train. So someone in that train could have seen the murder too.
That's true. No one did that we know of, but it's possible.
Still, it would take an awfully dumb man to take that chance, doing the murder as the train was going by.
Right. A dumb man, or a stupid man, or a man swept away by emotion. Or probably didn't hear anything. Probably didn't realize the train was coming, and whoever did murder the father did as best he could. So, the kid is dumb enough to do everything to associate himself with the switch knife, murder. But the second after the murder, he becomes smart again. He is smart enough to make the kind of wound that would lead us to suspect someone else, but at the same instant, he is dumb enough to do the murder as an L train is going by, and then he's smart enough to wipe fingerprints away. Right? To say this kid is guilty, he has to be dumb from 8 o'clock to about midnight, and then around midnight he is smart 1 second, and then dumb, and then smart, and then dumb, and then he is so dumb that he does not think of a good alibi. So I want to know, is he smart or is he dumb? To say that he's guilty, you have to toss his intelligence like a pancake. There is doubt.
Well, I hadn't thought of that.
And then there's the old man downstairs. On the stand, he swore it was 15 seconds. He insisted on 15 seconds. But we here all agree it must have been almost 40.
Does the old man lie half the time, and does he tell the truth the other half of the time?
For the kid to be guilty, he must be smart, and then dumb, and then smart, and then dumb. And also for the kid to be guilty, the old man must be lying half the time, and then the other time he must be telling the truth. can reasonably doubt.
I'm sold. Unreasonable doubt.
I think I am too. I have one more talk. You know, I've had it.
I want another vote.
All right. That's another vote called for. I guess the quickest way would be a show of hands. Anyone object? All those voting not guilty, raise your hands. 9. Okay. All those voting guilty? 3. The vote is 9 to 3 in favor of acquittal.
I don't understand you people. How can you say that this kid is innocent? Listen. You know how these people lie. I don't know what to tell you. They don't know what the truth is. And let me tell you, they don't need any big reason to kill someone either. You know, they get drunk, and bang! Someone's lying dead. Nobody's blaming them. That's just how they are. You know what I mean? Violent. Human life don't mean as much to them as it does to us. Hey, where are you going? Listen. These people, they're drinking and fighting all the time. And so if someone gets killed, They don't care. Sure, there are a couple of things that are all right about them. I've even known one or two who are pretty decent. But that's the exception. Most of them, it's like they have no feelings. They can do anything. Listen to me. I'm speaking my piece. And you all. Listen to me. There's not one of them who's any good. This kid on trial? Well, don't you know about them? Listen to me. I'm trying to tell you something.
I've had enough. If you open your mouth again, I am going to split your skull.
I'm always trying to.
All right. Sit down, everybody. I believe this kid is guilty of murder. I'll tell you why. To me, the most damning piece of evidence was given by the woman across the street who claimed she actually saw the murder committed.
Right. As far as I'm concerned, that's the only important testimony.
All right, let's go over it again. What did you say?
I believe I could recount it accurately. The woman claimed she went to bed at about 11 o'clock that night. Her bed was next to the open window, and she could see out of the window while laying down and see directly into the window across the street. She tossed and turned for over an hour. She was unable to fall asleep. Finally, at about 12:10, she sat up and turned toward the window, and as she looked out the window, she saw the boy stabbed his father. As far as I can tell, that's unshakable testimony.
What I mean, that is the whole case.
Frankly, in view of this, I don't know how you can vote for acquittal. What do you think?
Well, maybe there's so much evidence.
What do you mean, maybe? She's absolutely right. You can throw out all the other evidence.
That was my feeling. I don't deny any of the points you've made. Shall we say that on one side of the tracks, there is doubt. But what can you say about the story of the woman? She saw it.
What time is it? 10 minutes till 6. You don't suppose that them to go home early and finish it in the morning? But you gotta eat it for months.
Not a chance.
Can't you see the clock without your glasses?
Not barely.
Since they're a nuisance, aren't they?
Well, what do you do when you wake up in the middle of the night and you want to know what time it is?
I put on my glasses and look at the clock.
Just lie in bed and wait for the clock to chime. It was a present from my father when we married, my husband and I. It was 10 years before we had anywhere to put it.
Do you wear your glasses to bed?
Of course not. Nobody wears eyeglasses to bed.
The woman who testified that she saw the murder wore glasses. What about her?
Did she wear glasses?
Of course, the woman wore bifocals. I remember this very clearly. They looked quite strong.
That's right, bifocals. She never took them off.
Funny, I hadn't thought of that.
I think it's reasonable to say that she wasn't wearing her glasses to bed. And I don't think that she put them on to glance casually out the window, because she said the murder took place the instant she looked out. And then a split second later, the lights went out. So she couldn't have had time to put on her glasses then. Maybe this woman honestly thought she saw the boy kill his father, but I say she only saw a blur.
How do you know what she saw? Maybe she's farsighted. How does he know these things?
Does anyone here honestly still think there is not a reasonable doubt?
I will always wonder, but there is a reasonable doubt.
I think he's guilty.
Is anyone else?
No. I'm convinced. There is a reasonable doubt.
You were alone.
11 votes not guilty, 1 guilty.
I don't care whether I'm alone or not. I have a right.
Yes, you have a right.
Well, what else do you want from me?
Your argument.
I gave you my argument.
We're not convinced. We're waiting to hear them again. We have time.
What's the matter? You're the guy. You made all the arguments. A guilty kid is going to be walking the streets. A murder. He's got to die. Stay with me.
I'm sorry. There is a reasonable doubt. I don't think I'm wrong often, but I guess I was this once.
We're waiting.
You are not going to intimidate me. I am entitled to my opinion. It's going to be a hung jury. That's it.
There's nothing we can do about that, except we can hope that maybe one day, in a few months, you might get some sleep.
You're all alone.
It takes a great deal of courage to stand alone.
If it is a hung jury, there will be another trial, and some of us will point these things out to the various lawyers.
They're waiting. Not guilty.
Not guilty. Not guilty.